Well, hopefully everyone's having a wonderful time after Christmas. How are you all been?
I'm okay.
How was your?
I've been awesome.
I can tell. So how was your Christmas? This?
I don't know, mine was
I
alright.
got a new microphone.
Yeah, I can tell. You sound really nice. What about you, Koala? Okay. How about you, Koala? How have
Hey,
you
what's
been?
up?
I'm okay. I don't know. I got a
Oh,
bunch
look
of
who
money for
joined the
Christmas,
chat.
so I'm gonna
Dynamic.
be buying a new mouse or a new mug soon.
Oh, nice. Also, welcome, Dynamic. This is an old-time guest that you haven't been on here for a long while, have you?
It's been a minute.
It's been a hot minute, yeah. Well, it's good to have you back.
Good to be back.
Good to have you. We're just asking around, seeing how everyone's Christmases went. So, how was yours?
Mine was pretty alright. I got a record player. Plays
Whoa.
records. Yeah.
Wow. What kind of records you get?
Let's see. Right now, the one I'm most proud of is I have the whole Minecraft soundtrack on a record.
Wait,
Very
hold up.
respectable.
Back up 3 steps. The Minecraft OST is on vinyl record.
It is.
I am going to.
It's a whole volume alpha, and like the record disc itself looks like the Minecraft dirt block, and I love it.
I have a record player. I
They
need
missed a
that
horrible
disc.
chance. They should have put all
Yeah.
the record discs that were in the game on their own record discs.
Yeah. See, Zigzag
Yeah,
agrees.
records.
Zigzag's like, what? That's awesome. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I need that. I definitely need that. That is
Let's see. I also have the Foo Fighters greatest hits because I love me some Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighter. Which one's Foo Fighter?
They do.
Dave Grohl.
See, like Dave Grohl. It was like the aftermath of Nirvana
Was
after
the
after
Oh,
Kurt
I see.
Cobain left the
Food
server.
fight.
Oh, I see. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Food
no,
fight's
I.
still a thing.
Sorry.
Like, does anyone actually still remember it?
Which one? Sorry.
Remember what now?
Movie Food Fight. Like,
haven't watched
that
that.
really bad
I
movie that
never
had
watched
Charlie
it.
Sheen in it.
Oh, food. I thought you were for a second. I thought you were talking about Sausage Party. I was like, wait, what?
Close.
Wait, sorry. Great job, Kat. Wait, what? Michael's like, wait, hold up. What? What do you mean, Michael? Oops. I think. Oh, okay. Was that
Something's
sarcastic
going
or?
on in the chat that we are not aware of.
Yeah, no.
Let's just back away slowly.
Just back away slowly. Anyway. Oh. Okay.
Hello.
So I'm glad that everyone had a great Christmas, and oh yeah, I was gonna say, hopefully you guys enjoy the renovations to the cafe. I know it's been a long while since I've been back, but I am finally back, and I've brought much to show. Hopefully, much to show after my long break. I'm so sorry that took so long.
All right, Kat. What's the topic?
All right, tonight's topic is talking about renovations. That was my segue. Improvements. I was doing my segue. Just didn't work too well.
Oh, sorry. Didn't
No.
mean to
You
crack
actually
it.
helped it. You actually helped my
Hey,
segue.
one thing, I wish I could improve this ping.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
For anyone who doesn't know, he's using a vocoder, so please excuse that. Also, before I
No,
continue,
Don't excuse me.
Stop.
Hate me.
No.
I feed on your hate.
oh my god. Okay. Anyway,
Let the man finish.
just,
Okay.
it's fine. I miss this. It's a problem. It's like I'm getting emotional because I'm so happy to be back. Like it's
No,
it-
that's
Oh, and make sure to take a look at the Kat Kafé menu.
yeah. Oh yeah, true. Okay,
There's a
so
menu.
Have
know?
plenty of new items on it.
Oh,
such
yes.
as cactus lemons.
anyway, excuse me guys, 1 second. I would like to welcome everyone. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Kat Cafe, a friendly little podcast streamed live on Twitch where we talk about lighthearted topics that'll make you scratch your head, or wherever you scratch. Today's topic, after a long while of being gone, is improvements, many of which will be seen in the cafe today. Today I'm joined by Koala, Dynamic, an old-time speaker, finally back, Santa Barif today, and Michael. Welcome guys, and hopefully you guys are having a wonderful Friday night. So, how about we just start and get right into the topic? First of all, I want to ask is one thing. What exactly is to you guys an improvement? What do you think of when you hear the word improvement?
Very difficult question, and you know it.
Improving yourself. Well, I can't use the same word. Making a change to yourself for the better.
Oh, interesting.
And maybe not even to yourself, but making a general change that has an overall positive outcome.
Interesting. Do you think, as of late, that you have, at least in 2019, do you think this was a year of improvement for you?
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, I've always kind of just
Be
been
right
trying
back.
to improve, you know.
That's good.
That's I feel like the best that you can do with your life while you got it. I mean, keep on taking the stuff that keeps flying at you and try and learn from it, I guess.
That's good. That's good. What about you, Koala? How has 2019 treated you guys?
Honestly, man, 2019 hasn't been too bad.
That's good to hear.
Alright.
That's good to hear from you guys. What about you, Michael?
Well, some bad things happened, some good things happened, but I think the majority of 2019 was good stuff.
That's good. That's good. Also, bam, I just started with the cactus lemons. Oh gosh. I don't know if I should have put them on the menu. Anyway.
I feel like I'm missing out with the cactus lemons here.
Yeah,
Okay,
what are the cactus lemons?
Oh,
Okay, I'll
let
explain.
Bama.
This,
Yeah.
This is my product, so I'm gonna explain.
Yeah, he's the he's the producer.
So, for this random thing I got by just sticking together two emojis.
Wait, so how are we supposed to eat an emoji though?
That's not the point. That's where it came from. So
Alright, I
then
see.
after that, I decided to give it form.
Oh gosh.
Alright.
And thus.
This beautiful creation.
Oh yeah, and the reason that it's on here is because I had given a shout out to everyone to give me something to put on the menu, hence why cactus lemons have become a staple of the Kat Cafe now.
Only thing
So-
is, cat
Alright.
can't drink them. Cactus lemons are horribly dangerous to animals.
Well, I'm half animal, so I guess I can only half eat them. Anyway, one thing I have to say
How does
though.
that work?
I was thinking the same thing. Let's just not question this logic.
Oh, let's not question cactus lemons, but okay. Anyway, I just want to say one thing though. Before I keep going, there are still spots for whoever wants to take them. There are still a few spots for menu items in the Kat Cafe, so make sure to see if you can get a spot today. Other than that, let's see. So improvements also. Do you think in general?
Wait, almost forgot. We
yeah.
need to welcome that special guest. Remember?
Oh yeah. Oh my God. It's been so long. You're totally right.
It's been so long since we've had the man, the myth, the legend, Dan Backslide.
Oh
on
my
the
God.
server.
Well, I thought I was going somewhere else, but sure. Anyway, before I continue, I totally forgot. Koala, I have a question for you. As per tradition is the Kat Cafe for every new speaker, we have a question to ask you. We have various drinks in the Kat Cafe and we serve all drinks, but we do ask you your preference in terms of coffee or tea. Recently added was also hot chocolate for most fans, so that is also a third option for you if you would prefer.
Alright, well I like tea in general more than coffee, but iced tea is my favorite.
Alright, so we have another tea fan in the Kat Cafe, and that...
To the Brotherhood.
Oh gosh, the Brotherhood. Alright then.
Nah, man, coffee gang for life.
Yes, thank you. I am also coffee
Drink from
gang.
the sacred chalice of tea.
No.
Nah,
Dynamic and me are on point. Coffee for life.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Recently, actually, for a party I went to, I made like a tiramisu cake, which I'm not sure if you're familiar with that.
Tiramisu, it sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's like it's an Italian dessert. It's got like the bread in it is like dipped in like espresso, right? And
Mhm.
like you have like two layers of that, and then you have what's basically like a whipped cream and vanilla pudding like custard type thing that like goes on top of it, and you powder the top of it heavily with like some cocoa powder, and it's really good.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I haven't had tiramisu. I don't know if I can, but I'll definitely try it. It sounds very good.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you got a Dante's Pizza, they serve it there.
Oh, I
Hold on.
think there's probably one close by. Anyway, Koala, I just want to say thank you for your inputs. You can now enjoy your tea roll in the cafe. Thank you so much.
Alright, sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, dynamic. I want to make sure we're talking about the same place here.
I mean,
Not-
it's usually
not-
in like malls.
Not Dante's Inferno, no.
Not Dante's
I meant
Inferno.
Dante's Pizza, but I'm trying to make sure I'm thinking of the same place.
That is a
'cause if I'm not-
creative depiction of the several layers of hell. But,
Yes. Exactly.
you know, equally as appetizing.
What? Hold up, what?
Okay, hold on.
I
So
don't-
I grabbed this
okay.
off the Facebook page real quick. Is this the same place?
If it's Dante's Pizza, I'm sure it's probably it because, you know, copyright law usually means you can only have one name for one restaurant. But
Yeah.
and also, I have no idea where you posted it, so.
In the open cafe. Yeah, we have a little chat
Open
for cafe speakers. So this chat is only available if you are a current cafe speaker. So that's why
Yes,
you
that is exactly what the Dante's Italian foods looks like.
And then I have one
Alright.
in my town.
Dope.
Nice.
You should get a tiramisu.
Alright.
Well, I would need to know its carbs because, for those of you who are not aware, I've joined the Type 1 Diabetic Club.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Sadly. Well, at least there's a lot of food nowadays that are very low in sugar, thankfully. Or a bunch.
Anyways, off of that grim subject.
So, anyway, my next question to you guys
Anyway.
was, what is, well, 2019 is ending, which means the end of an entire decade. It was quite a long decade. Like, this decade was so impactful for so many lives. What are some of your best moments from 2010 to 2019 that you guys can remember?
God.
Maybe some, doesn't have to be.
I became a good person.
It's questionable.
Okay.
Wow.
Oof.
We are not going to
Question.
be talking about the subjectivity of that one.
No, I understand, but you know, what are some of the best memories or best ways that you remember improving in this decade of the 2010s, which is crazy to think it's already over.
Well, a lot of cool stuff has happened for me. Like, in high school now, I've actually got like this whole meme page running now that's like making fun of a lot of the school administrators and stuff.
Oh
I've
gosh.
become a little bit of a micro legend across my school now. It's pretty funny.
That's awesome.
The legend
Yeah, I've done a
of
lot of pretty cool
amazing
stuff.
dynamic.
I've done some really cool stuff in my high school years. Like, you know, it was, I think, junior year. On Halloween, I showed up to school dressed as Jesus,
Oh,
and like they put me in ISS for it. And then
Oh.
everyone around the school was saying like hashtag free Jesus and stuff, and that was pretty awesome.
whoa. Interesting, but like,
Let's see.
was
And
it?
I
God
had
could
a
have
candy
saved
business.
Jesus.
I had a candy business
Hashtag's
where I
been a
sold
thing
candy
in
to
the old
everyone
times.
in the school. Like I had like 80 lunch boxes strapped to my backpack that were just filled to the top with candy, and I'd sell it for $1 each to everyone. And by the time they finally like caught me because I brought a cooler with Sprite cranberries filled with it, they
Damn.
saw the cooler and then they finally shut me down. And by the time they'd finally like been like, hey, you can't do that, I had already made like around $300. I was like, that's cool.
You were hustling.
Yeah, it was pretty
Slavery
dope.
hustle.
Yeah,
And
that's
then,
pretty
yeah.
good hustle.
And then
Dynamic.
This
King of the hustle.
year I like put some of those memes that I made also on like posters and stuff and brought them to the pep rallies and stuff, and like
Oh, that's
pretty dope.
insane.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool,
and, like,
man.
everyone was like, whoa, that's really awesome and stuff.
I'm really good.
Yeah.
I'm really glad for you. I'm glad you had a nice little following started in 2010 to 2019. Okay.
Finishing it strong.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. What about you guys? What about you, Koala? Do you have any good, fond memory of improvement or just general happiness in 2010 to 2019?
Honestly, I'm pretty sure it's been like, I think like in the beginning of the decade, I started playing guitar. So like, yeah.
Oh, you
Which
play
is pretty
guitar?
dope considering I'm like thinking about going to like music college and stuff. So like,
Wow, I'm
Yeah.
glad for you. Yeah, no, this was a very, very defining decade for a lot of us because it was, I believe most of us, if not all of us, are in our teenage years, so this was a very defining decade.
Well, I mean, think about it. Most of us, more than half of our lives has been in this decade, so
Well, my next year will be the exact half of my life. Well, it's on Twitter, so whatever. I was born in the 2000s. I'm a 2000s kid. Yeah, I'm old.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, then half our life or more.
Yeah. But the crazy thing is, like,
Technically, this will be like 1 digit less than half my life because I was born in 2001.
oh
No,
really?
that'd be 1 year more then.
Yeah, 1 year
It's a
more.
little bit backwards, but
You know what the weird
Man,
part? The weird part is, I've seen you in real life, Bama, and you do not look like you look like a 2000s kid. Like you don't. Wait, I'm saying this like there's a huge difference. Like, oh yeah, 2000, 2001. There's not.
Overactive
You saying I look 2
follicles
years
and
older?
extreme height. Kidding. I try to shave, but it just gets so annoying because then it's like, oh, you shaved? Well, guess what? Facial hair's back again.
Oh yeah, it's so
You
bad.
gotta shave again.
I
okay,
don't-
well for me, I'm one of those people that like I could not shave for a whole month and I'll look about the same as some people will go around a week without shaving and looking like.
Yeah, no, I don't sound like it or look like it to those who have seen me IRL, but I got a pretty gnarly beard. I'm a beard boy. I shaved it but it's so I get what Bam was like. I don't know
kinda
if it's
sad.
genetics.
None of my.
I
None
mentioned
of,
you see me again just today, Kat.
Yeah, true. But sorry.
Koala, finish the thing you were gonna
Yeah,
say.
sorry. What was that?
alright. None of my people are beard people.
None of your people are like your family?
No. Yeah,
Oh.
no male people in my family have beards. They're
Really?
unable to grow them. It's very sad.
That's actually no. That's actually interesting. Is it like genetics or something? Is it like
I don't know. They all of them. I don't know. Alright,
Thank you,
boys.
Santa Barris.
I know, like my dad. He can't. He's incapable of growing a beard, but he tries very hard. So he just ends up with like a really weird monk-looking beard that he just braids.
monk-looking beard? Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait.
You're like, I'm trying to find one, but like I don't know.
Okay. I
Like,
have. By the
is
way,
it just
if
a really thin one, or is it like one that's just more? Well, no,
Yeah.
it would have to be thin. Because
by the way,
then it would defeat the purpose of this conversation.
yeah, guys. By the way, if you need to look anything up, I have like a browser like right here, so we can just look it up. Like, do you need me to put anything in?
Alright.
Yes,
No, monk beard is not the right description, but alright.
Hmm.
You know what? I give up.
Yeah. Sorry, what were you saying, Dynamic?
Yeah, can you find out what Obama's last name is for me,
Oh
please?
my god.
Ba-ba.
You did not just do that. Okay, that was pretty good. That caught me off guard. I was legit like already.
Infidel.
I was like setting up the keyboard, being like, "Okay, let's do something." I was like, "No."
I mean, hey, we can get a cool game of cool math games chess going if you
Oh
want.
my god, cool math games. You know, that's the weird part. I actually did not ever play cool math games. You know, I used to play max games.
Forget what I played. I forget what my teacher
Well, hey.
made us do to try to think math was cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, though, another thing changing with this decade, Flash is about to be shut down.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh my god, yeah. You're so right.
Does anybody know why that's happening? I'm still kind of confused. I
Oh,
haven't really
well,
been paying attention.
I can speak from a little bit of a programmer knowledge that Flash is
Alright.
super insecure, and they have to update it all the time because people are always finding ways to break it, and they're finally just being like, look, this thing has existed for so long, we're tired of it, we're not supporting it anymore. And since they're not going to keep on updating it to fix security flaws, browsers aren't going to keep installing it because they don't want to risk the security risk of screwing up your computer just by having Flash.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
kind of does, but it's sad though, cause those old games,
Yeah.
man, those old games.
What
were
am I
so
gonna do in
fun.
computer class now?
Army, rise up. The time is now.
It's just like, I hope most like popular Flash games go the My Friend Pedro route, where they kind of became like full-on games, which is freaking awesome. I love My Friend Pedro.
Yeah. Man,
That's-
any of y'all remember the Hug juice barrels? Because those were the crap.
No,
What?
not too much.
Hug juice barrels.
No, not
Juice
much.
Barrels.
Okay, are we
I'm-
talking
okay,
about
well,
like
am I
a
gonna-
game
look
or
up
like
that,
what's
look
going
up
on
that.
here?
Hold up. Hug juice. Hold up, I'm looking up. Hug juice barrels. Oh yeah, it
I'm
popped up.
gonna regret learning about
Y'all
this.
y'all never had those? Because those were like a significant part of my childhood.
No.
I guess not.
Hold up.
Okay,
I
well-
don't have any memory of those.
Yeah.
Well, you know
no.
what? It was also cool having just some fruit roll-ups every once in a while. How about that?
No, I
So is that
actually,
like a fruit roll, but like off-brand?
I can't.
No, no. A hug juice barrel is like it's juice in like a plastic barrel shaped thing. And
No,
it's
yeah,
like,
I'm seeing
you
that.
poke the straw through the
These
top,
things,
and
like,
it's, like
wait,
really good.
sorry. Are you looking at this? I'm not sure you're looking at the screen.
Oh, those things.
Or is
Yeah.
it? Is that what you
I
mean,
ignored
Dynamic?
those so hard that I did not even know what they were called.
No,
I hate juice.
you hate juice. No
I do
juice.
not like juice.
I like juice.
This is Bama looking for all the juices.
Honestly.
This
It is
sounding
like
slightly-
juice.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it. Never mind.
Wait, what? Sorry.
Never mind.
Oh,
I just like.
did you? But these are the ones, right? Like that's what you mean?
I can't see it.
Well,
Go to Twitch.
I'm assuming all of this stuff is gonna be really weird for me because I live in Canada and I don't know.
It might not be there, but hey, have all of
It's
you
not gonna
have any of you like completely watched through Adventure Time? Because
Second cat.
wow,
Let me grab
Yes.
yeah.
wow.
screenshot of the Twitch so I
Such
can
a good
show
Oh, whoops.
Dynamic what you found.
My bad. I just completely canceled that. Oops.
This is
No.
what he found. Dynamic.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
sure those are the
that's
ones.
exactly it.
Okay.
That's it. I
Interesting.
I never drank juice. Like there was a.
Oh my god.
I never liked juice, and I never liked fruits. That's something I haven't improved on.
Yeah.
See, I'm gonna tie it back into the main
I
subject.
mean, hey,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
you know what? It's okay. Not everyone gets to be a good person.
Oh.
I just like fruits. And I just like juice.
Oh my god. Okay. That was next level. I was.
Your judgment of me not liking fruits or juice is very wrong, and I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna kill you.
You know, I'm gonna say it. I don't
What?
care that you hurt your elbow.
He just
You know,
did. See, I mean,
this
he can't come
decade,
back
I'm
from
gonna
it.
say is probably gonna be one of the best for memes.
Oh my god, for memes?
Yeah, I think that this is peak decade for memes.
Well, I'm not
Probably.
saying.
Everybody that was like doing memes and whatever, right? They're gonna become peak maturity. You know what I mean? It's gonna be great.
Well,
It's gonna be an improvement. You know?
yeah, but
Yeah,
look at it
I
this
think
way.
that
There's
was
gonna be
like
memes for all the stages of life, which I have noticed. That's something I've actually noticed a lot during this decade. Like the memes have improved in quality, but they have also started to represent other parts of life as well. Like, do you remember back in like 2010, it was just very random lol XD humor kind of stuff in the beginning because we were just kids. We were 10 year olds. We just wanted a random lol XD Nyan cat. That's all we wanted. But then
I
memes
mean,
start-
hey, you gotta admit the Nyan Cat song was kind of catchy.
Yes, it still is.
Yeah.
I still listen to it to this day. Shut up.
Oh god.
Yeah, but now memes have become this.
Yeah, they become deep. Oh, well.
Oh no, now you shout.
Oh no, no.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
okay. But to be fair though, hold up, I gotta show this. To be fair to this meme, it represents a kind
good
of maturity, which is, I don't know why. Every time I look at memes like this, I think of Adult Swim. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not that
sort of.
That's not that bad of a correlation.
Yeah, no, because like,
I guess. Enslaved monster.
oh my god. Jeez.
That's my favorite
this-
one.
is
Is like the
this just
enslaved
gonna
something
be-
or other.
Is this
I
just
love
gonna be a meme talk now? Like, have we switched from improvements to memes now? Or, like,
Honestly, we
Time
just talk about
for-
whatever.
Improvement on
Hey,
society.
meme review.
Meme review. Jeez. No, we're just trying to see, like, we're trying to wrap up the beginning of the decade, moving on throughout the decade to see how it's improved, which is a big part of the topic. So I'm just looking at, like, because all I can say is the improvement that a lot of people have made during this decade is amazing. When we started this decade, we didn't even have. Okay, one of the biggest things this decade, virtual reality.
Let's take a look at also like some of the cool things that we like know about like our universe and stuff now.
I know.
We discovered stuff about like Hawking radiation, which is like stuff that like comes out of black holes, which we thought nothing got out of black holes. They
Yeah.
just kind of got. We got a picture of a black hole,
Technology improved so much in the last decade that we got a picture of
like
a
an
black hole.
actual non-artistic thing. Like it was just straight up like a for real picture that was taken of a black hole. Which are you guys all familiar with like how they actually did that?
It was like 20,000
I heard
telescopic
about it,
cameras or
but
something.
So like what it was is they set up like several telescopes around the entire world, right? And with the combined images from all of them, they were basically able to treat the entire world as one giant telescope to zoom in on it.
Oh my god. So it was like it was basically like a 360 eye.
And then what they had to do is they had to develop a good software algorithm to actually take all of those different images from the different points and combine them into one image that could be zoomed in that far.
So
How
the
do you
picture of that black hole is basically just a bunch of really like small pictures from like all different angles on the world.
Basically.
Sorta, yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope.
No, it's very interesting how
We'll
it
make
did
the
it.
world into a giant telescope. It's perfect.
It's a giant eye. The biggest. It's literally eye world.
Gigantic 360 telescope.
Yeah. That's amazing though. And the technology improved so much too that I remember me personally, and this is going to get a little grim for those of you watching. I had family members who were dealing with very serious conditions. I myself deal with a very serious condition I'm not going to disclose right now. But many things improved this decade to treat those illnesses, and I am lucky to say that many of my family members this decade lived because of those improvements in medicine.
Yeah, that's another really great thing. We like so many different things have helped to discover new cures for things,
Yeah.
and just overall better improving the overall well-being of mankind.
No,
itself.
yeah. I totally agree.
Of course, we still have a long way to go, but you know what? We're very obviously making those steps, and that's good.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
I don't know if you've actually seen this either, but NASA is actually about to actually do something again. They're going to the moon a second time to test things for like actually Mars missions and stuff, and they're setting up something called the Gateway, which is going to help things enter moon orbit like super easy now.
Really? But like, is it the
Wait,
moon?
so how would the gateway work though?
Yeah, because the moon
So
is.
what the Gateway is it's like basically like an orbiting satellite that works in a halo orbit around the moon. Whenever I say halo orbit, I mean like it gets really close to it at one part, and then at one part it goes really far away from it. And what you do as a ship is you catch it at the same time that it's getting close to the moon, and because of its like long orbit, you're able to catch it at the moment where it's next to the moon, so you can like get onto it. And then from there, it takes just a slight boost to break that orbit and come down to the moon.
So basically, it's kind of like a hook, and you kind of like ride the hook into the
Kinda,
moon.
yeah.
Interesting.
That's kind of cool.
So you still.
And also take a look at some of the stuff that Elon Musk is starting to do. He's starting to try and set up what's basically a thing that can help give like free internet all over the world, basically by
Interesting.
setting up a bunch of satellites over
Someone
the
say
Earth
free
in low orbit,
internet.
Isn't that?
all over the Earth in orbit, right? With easy to set up antennas that can connect to those satellites. So basically, it's going to make the entire world like one big like cell phone service type thing, except for like Wi-Fi. And countries that don't have good access to Wi-Fi can connect to it all the same.
Wow, that's actually pretty cool. Also,
Yeah.
But with it being so far out of orbit, wouldn't that like make really bad ping and stuff?
You would think so, but that's also why it's in a low Earth orbit. It's very close to the Earth
Oh.
relative to a lot of
okay.
satellites.
Interesting.
It's still, high up in the air, but the thing is signals are able to work well through radio transmissions if they're strong enough. Whenever you have an entire globe of satellites interlinked together, it reduces it actually quite a bit.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Interesting. Yeah, no, and I was gonna say too. I respect Elon Musk. He's doing amazing work, but
Yeah, I treat him almost as like a little bit of a role model. He's very good at getting companies set up and putting his ideas into actual like working things.
no, I understand. But
And he kind of revolutionizes a lot of stuff. It's pretty dope.
can we just talk about, was it 2017 or 2018? What happened there? Elon, are you okay? Do you remember that weird phase in like 2018?
Mm,
No,
Yeah, you know.
I think
A
I'm
little bit,
missing
yeah.
something here.
I mean,
He's also
I
slightly
remember all
like
the
ticked
death
off
in
because
those
of
years. That's what you mean.
Sorry.
Thing that happened in those years
Yeah.
from famous people.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Sorry, what were we
There's
saying,
been
Dynamic?
a lot of people dying at younger ages recently.
Yeah. I guess
Yeah.
we'll skip over that one. Although many celebrities do deserve the proper respect, but yes, we shall move on.
I'm the
Yeah.
only one who had one thought go through their head when Dynamic started talking about the moon.
What was that?
Moon
Jeez.
cheese?
I'm pissing on the moon.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oh,
Soon,
How
soon.
do you like that, Obama? I'm pissed on the moon, you idiot.
Oh my god. Also, can we just talk about how YouTube changed a lot? Like, sure, Twitch and YouTube changed. Oh my god.
worse.
Both, I guess. So through the middle of the decade, towards a little bit towards the later end of the decade, it did get a little rough. But,
Yeah.
in the defense of social media sites, they have started to work slowly but surely towards the benefit and the improvement of quality of life for content creators as well as their subscribers. I do need to admit that. It is.
I'll say that much. Yeah.
I mean, it's not perfect by
There's
any
other
stretch.
arguments for some other things, but I'll give it that much. Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's perfect by any stretch of the imagination. There are still many things they're doing wrong that should improve. I'm not affiliated with anyone. I've got 22 followers on Twitch. What the hell am I gonna do? I don't mean
Whoa.
this. I don't mean this to like tell anyone that they should like respect social media sites, but I just think that at least there is still hope for those new content creators out there.
They're starting to re-improve after going downhill.
Exactly.
I'm talking more specifically at YouTube at this point. YouTube went very far downhill for a little while,
Yes.
but they seem like at the very end of this decade, they might be starting to pull it back around. And
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where that goes, but I'm also still skeptical.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I will be admitting that I'm very excited because I want to improve. I've never been one to talk about numbers. I've always wanted to have quality on my channel, and I think that with the new changes on YouTube, it's gonna be more accessible.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I'm really happy for new creators. So because let's be honest with you, let's be honest here, not all the content creators on YouTube are gonna last forever. There's gonna be someone who replaces them.
Wow.
There's gonna be someone who.
I mean, I'm gonna argue almost none of them will last forever.
No. But like, there's definitely gonna be some legends out there.
Well, the memory will last for a while. That's true.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you know, I'm excited.
The internet doesn't suffer a
But here's an
global
interesting idea.
meltdown. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure the videos will last too.
Within the
Mhm.
span of, like, you could even say 30 years, we've made the internet. We've been on the moon. We've done so much.
I
And like,
know.
look at how exponentially technology has, like, from like a computer being the size of an entire room and being way worse than a smartphone today.
If you
to
pulled
us
out,
having incredibly advanced technology today after only a span of 30 years compared to how fast it went throughout the rest of mankind, you
It-
can only imagine just how much technology is going to further improve over, say, the next century.
I
or the
know,
next
I'm so
millennia.
excited. If you pulled out your iPhone in the early 2000s, your iPhone 11 XLR, whatever, virtual reality, whatever. If you
Yeah.
pulled that out in the 2000s, you would have been burnt at the stake because it's like where are you getting this? Like, how does this work? What is this wizardry?
It's
I
very
don't think the
interesting
witch hunts
how,
went down
how
in the
readily
2000s.
accessible
Yeah.
technology is becoming for everyone, and that's a good step in the right direction because I think that technology is kind of an essential part of us as like a species at this point. It's like the next stage for us of improving the quality of life for everyone.
Oh, definitely. I'm sorry, Koala. What were you saying? I'm so sorry.
Oh, I said that I don't think the witch hunts went down in the 2000s.
No,
Yeah, I was
I'm joking.
thinking that too, but I wasn't gonna say anything.
I'm joking. Obviously, they're not gonna burn you. It's probably gonna
Someone
be
call Salem.
the FBI would probably get you though.
True.
Yes, but I'm just
No,
saying.
the
Nice
answer
try,
that
FBI.
everyone would've said
Not today,
that
CIA.
They started being burned from the state.
Yeah. What about Michael? I'm sorry, you've been.
This is witchcraft.
Yeah.
I'm from the future.
Yeah, I've been really quiet.
Yeah, I'm
Very
sorry about that. I just wanted to ask though, what do you think from this decade? I believe you're of a younger age than most speakers here, but what do
Yeah,
you
I'm from
think?
2005.
You're sorry?
I'm from 2005. There's not really a lot to say about improvements because, like, 4 years ago, I was a real child that didn't know what was doing in this world. You know.
No, I understand, but still, I think that a lot. Is there any like kind of improvement that you have seen throughout this decade? Like any special memory that you remember of this decade for yourself or for anyone?
Uh, for myself, not really, but like you guys already did everything that I could say now, like improvements in the internet, technology, memes. Memes was a real,
Gotta love the memes.
God, I love the
a real
memes.
part to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you guys already spoken everything that you know.
No, I
we
understand.
Spoken about technology and stuff.
No, I understand. But still, if there's anything that you'd like to talk about, please feel free to. Like, please don't be shy.
Yeah, sure, I know.
Yeah. Oh, and another
Remember when
thing.
this was a meme?
Sorry. Oh my
Remember
god.
when that was a meme?
That was like
Oh,
ultimate smugness though. That was like you are the smuggest person ever.
Yeah, but now that's been replaced with.
Oh, I think that's been replaced with tea, like tea drinking.
No, that's been replaced with this.
Oh yeah.
oh.
So let me just
Okay, the music video for that's a good song though.
it
It's called
is.
Dancing or something like that. It's
So
like,
hold up
"Dance."
Yeah,
for
that's one
for
song.
people who aren't understanding. This is what we mean. We're just talking about this kind of meme about none of my business GIF and similar stuff where they were just GIFs were so popular back then, and they still are, but like not to the same extent.
No, I meant just the picture of Kermit drinking tea.
Yes, in general.
Anyway, I've actually got to get going, guys, but it was good being on here.
All right, thanks so much, Dynamic.
Oh,
Hopefully you
hi.
have a wonderful time though.
All right, thank you so much. You
Yeah.
guys have fun on the rest of this podcast.
You too, man. You have a good night.
Ciao.
Ciao. Yeah.
Hey,
so
he's gone. Let's talk about him.
so you said that this is the. I mean, yeah. Let's be honest though. This decade was a decade where.
Is the new Smugmeister.
Yeah, no, but this decade was a decade where a lot of us learned a lot about life. So, yeah, it seems like the natural steps to go there. But it was a pretty intense change for most of us, and a lot of us. Jeez, this decade I met in Bama. This decade, a lot of people started their careers. Like a lot of people found what they want to do in life, which I think is beautiful. Like, what do you guys think was the most defining moment of the decade for you guys?
Do I need to say memes again?
Sorry?
I
Wait.
do not know.
Sorry?
Yeah, me neither. I don't know.
Well,
I mean, there was a lot of improvement. There is not
Way too many
like-
things happen.
yeah, it was quite a bit. So, what about you, Koala? What do you think was your most? You said that you started music, right? You started learning guitar.
Yeah.
So, what is it that? Oh, if I may ask, right? Like, what part of this decade do you remember, like, saying, like, "Hey, I want to do music. This is what I want to do."
Probably like within the last year or two.
Oh, really?
But
Wow.
at the same time, I'm like, alright, so I'm 15, right?
Okay.
So, I mean, I haven't really been this decade has been like that part of my life where it was a lot easier to I wasn't like a legitimate child for basically most of this
Yeah.
decade, right? So it was it was the decade to really figure out what was going on, especially since I went to high school. They were all just trying to get you to figure out what you're going to do for college and stuff.
No, I understand. Yeah. And I think a lot of
Take it from someone who is in college, if you're not already.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're both. I believe. Yeah, you and me are both in college, and I've definitely had some busy time in college. It's been kind of oof. College has been kind of rough on both of us, I think, because I mean, it is rough, but it is not what they are preparing you to do at all. Like it's very different.
It's only as hard as you make it.
Yeah, true. I agree with that. It is definitely as hard as you make it. But anyway, I think we should move on from that and talk about this new decade. Some of the I felt bad that Dynamic had to leave, but I wanted to ask him, what exactly do you guys think will be a big part of the next decade? Which is, I know it's a hard question. It's a very hard question, but what do you think is something that will impact most people, if not everyone, in 2020?
I have a
Letters,
good answer.
2 syllables. VR.
Yeah, yeah, that was what I was
Gonna
about
get to the
say.
point where you see people walking down the street with a VR headset on.
I don't think that.
No, okay,
I
not a
don't think
VR
it'd be
headset,
quite like that
like-
for this next decade.
Gonna become ready. Was it Ready Player One?
Yeah, Ready Player One.
That I have a feeling.
You really think so?
I mean,
I think it's gonna get that
Oh.
way at some point. Might not be the next decade, but in the future it will. I didn't know if I needed to be specific about the next decade.
No, you're
Yeah,
fine.
I feel like in the future it'd probably be like that, but in the next decade, I
The
feel
next
like that would
decade,
probably
it-
be a stretch.
It would probably get to the point where VR headsets are more small, compact.
Yeah. Kind of like cell
I mean-
phones in this decade, you know what I mean?
I mean, this decade we already got the Oculus Quest, which is an amazing little
The
device.
first wireless
yeah.
VR headset.
Yeah, it's really not that. It's even not that expensive. It's like console price or something. Interestingly cheap, I gotta say.
I mean, that's something. VR is something that they are improving a lot now,
Mhm.
and EVR is a thing that they are improving a lot now, and I think they will improve it. Like, they are really working on it, you know, and
Mhm.
I think they will improve it way more in the next decade. because
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's the thing that, like, how can I say?
Hmm.
It's it can be a part of someone's life because
Ye-
they can like upgrade it to a point where you have like glasses and you just you got walking down the street as Ben said and have like a list of what you have to do today and then he like alerts you. You get my point, right?
Yeah, no,
Like-
definitely. And actually,
VR.
oh, sorry, go
VR?
ahead.
Isn't there like a pair of glasses that like is Google now?
Yeah, that's what
yeah,
Google
but it's
Google
still
from
kind
the
of.
glasses.
That just got downhill.
Yeah, no, that didn't do too well. That was a few years ago. It didn't work out too well.
Alright.
Yeah, but I definitely think yes, definitely VR, but I don't think it's specifically gaming. I think I believe that Microsoft. Let me just look it up. There are some glasses by Microsoft that actually have an AR ability where you can take your hands and you can just see a hologram of a building or something on the table where you are, and you can like move it around, scale it, and just kind of like fix it up as if it were a real clay sculpture. And I think that's gonna be a big part too for businesses because the glasses. I need to find them. Hold up. Microsoft AR glasses.
I feel like that'd be very useful for like construction, right?
No, yeah, that's what they're trying to do. And here we go. Microsoft HoloLens, I believe so. They are not. They are not for the consumer market. They are definitely for the business market. But yeah, here we go. HoloLens 2. Okay, so I'm just going to. Whoop, there you go. So, oh, nope, no online survey. So these glasses are very interesting because what they do, and this is like this decade, what they do, if you can see here, you can take whatever object you have in 3D or whatever, and you can basically see a projection of it real time. There's calls, there's like, it's kind of like less VR and more AR kind of oriented, which is, for those of you who don't know, that means augmented reality. It's not virtual reality. It's augmented reality is when you take real life and virtual reality and mix them. So that's actually pretty interesting. Oh, hold up. Interesting. Yeah. So this is mostly for 3,500 per device. No. This is more business oriented.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like that would be. I don't see how that would really help you in a day to day, like as a consumer. Like,
I mean,
especially for the price. Like
yeah, no.
right now, I don't feel like it's really optimized well for that. It's more for like businesses for what you know what I mean.
No, yeah, definitely.
Get it?
like you're at the board table, you know, you're trying to pitch a real nice like a new building, maybe, you know, trying to get a building site in on Main Street. It'd be a really easy way to pitch an idea to a board of members if you actually can visually show them like every aspect of it.
No, yeah, but definitely, I don't think this is too far off consumer though, because yes, the price point
Yeah.
is a little high, but I do expect this technology because everyone's complaining about VR at the moment is mostly just, oh, you're locking yourself away from this world and into another world, which for some people that's what they want, but some people don't want that. So what these do is they combine the two settings. So I can already see when this becomes consumer stuff level. I can already see all the horror games, all the indie horror games with this thing where you're walking around your actual house looking for monsters with an actual flashlight that you have on your headset. Like that would just be, ugh, no.
What? Like
No,
it's your
it's
house?
horror, too.
You know, yeah, like
I feel like that would be really hard to optimize though, because not everybody's house.
Mm,
would be, like, the
no,
same.
no, yeah, no, not. I'm not saying.
That would probably count more as AR than VR.
That's,
Yeah.
that's what I've been saying. Yeah. No,
Sorry.
I
I
understand.
didn't hear the VR part.
You're fine.
Or I didn't hear you actually clarify which one it was. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. But like, yeah, I definitely think there's gonna be something similar to that eventually. We're definitely not to that point near. Like, that's a little far away. But I do definitely see how this kind of technology can improve, and it can also help people in the medical field because most of this stuff is already being improved to help people with autism or other mental conditions or disabilities to better learn visually or visually.
Okay, now I really question how that's possible.
Well,
I wonder what correlation between the VR and the way that an autistic person's minds work that it helps. It's just
look at it this
for
way.
people with learning disabilities. I mean, I'm wondering the actual connection between the two. I'm
Well-
sure anything can work, but I want to know how it actually works.
Just look at it this way. It's more like instead of like having to actually have them physically have exercises for autism, you know, because usually they get treatment for that kind of stuff. What they could do with this is they have a controlled environment where they could teach the patient specific things that they need to improve on, depending on the severity, of course. And those controlled environments can massively benefit the person psychologically and help them adapt to the real world with it's not a real world, so it's like just try it here in the simulation and see how it works in real life kind of thing, you know?
True.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like trying to teach them things in a world like that they're not already in, type of thing.
I mean, not teach them specifically, but it's similar ways.
Alright.
It's very interesting and and I'm very happy for the medical field because they have had so many improvements last year. Like, honestly, it's been amazing. And stuff like diabetes and stuff like cancer treatment has gotten so much better. I mean, it's still bad, but it's gotten so much better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, before I continue, one thing though, please, I am not affiliated or paid by St. Jude in any kind of way, shape, or form, but please, if you are watching this right now and you are considering charity work of any kind, I'm trying to see if I can do that, but if you have any charity work of any kind, please consider doing it, because it helps not only the people, like not only the researchers with that certain patient, it also helps them prepare for future situations, prepare for future diseases. And most of the time, the medical field is a very hard field to provide for because it's very experimental. So please, if you are thinking of donating even a little bit to St. Jude or whatever, just please do, or whatever you want, because it helps more than you think. Which I think is that's also like a big subject, but I think I'm gonna shut up a little bit now because I've been talking for a lot. One question I have for you guys.
Or I will lose your pancreas with type 1 diabetes.
My question to you guys is, what kind of improvements would you guys wish for yourselves or for whoever this upcoming decade? Hello?
That's always a hard question.
I mean, it's fine if you don't have anything right now, just like some sort of small area where you like to improve, be it artistically or simply gaming wise or whatever. Just any small thing you would like to improve in this upcoming decade.
Man, I wish I was able to spell. I have super bad dyslexia, and like spelling, it doesn't happen sometimes.
How so?
I got one.
Alright, basically how dyslexia normally works,
Oh.
alright, is you like mix up the way like you write something, like, right? But you don't notice you've mixed it up until like somebody like blatantly just says like you've really badly messed up how you've done this or like how you spelled it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it affects everybody differently,
No, I understand.
but like it's that's basically how it normally works. Or that's how like basic it works, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like if you're like when I was really young, I had trouble like ER, like I would always spell RE, and like bed I'd spell backwards
oh,
and
I
stuff
see.
like that. Like even if it's little, it's really annoying because it always happens and you can't do anything about it.
And you don't like notice it, like when you see it,
No.
like, oh, interesting.
No,
Your mind just kind of
it's
switches
really weird. It's really strange.
it. That's interesting. What about So what about you, Bama?
Ready to leave.
Oh my god. I see. The voice mod.
Oh, I said boomers need to leave.
That's a meme for another. That's a meme for another day.
Boomers need to leave.
All right. So, what about you, Michael? Is there anything about yourself or anything you would like to be improved upon in 2020 and the next decade upcoming?
I mean, I don't have really much in mind, but things just go on. You don't know what's gonna happen.
I understand. That's very true, actually. Yeah. No, I understand how it feels.
I
I think-
you suddenly can become famous, or you suddenly can get a terminal disease. You know.
Yeah.
You never know.
Honestly, yeah, that's one of the scary parts about a new decade. Is 10 years is way longer than it seems. So you really don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Alright, so what about entertainment? How do you guys think entertainment will improve, or how do you think it will evolve in the 2020 decade?
One, I have a GIF for this.
Oh my gosh, okay.
I'm not kidding. I have a GIF for this.
Yeah, it's GIF. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I have a
It's
GIF.
not peanut
that
butter
better?
time. It's a gift.
Okay. Yeah. It's
Poor
good.
Bama, just getting blown with excuses.
What will happen when this happens? Entertainment will get better when this happens.
No, I'm not. I'm sorry, I can't show that.
Yeah, no, I think that's a bit too controversial, my man.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't think I can show that. But
I mean, the picture's kind of
It's really-
vibing, but like,
so
Okay,
basically,
I'll say this. I'll say it like this. When people stop being so sensitive, that is when entertainment will truly flourish.
well, that's a little controversial. We'll maybe move on from
yeah.
that. Anyway,
my opinion, anyways.
no, I understand. And just so I can highlight this isn't because of anything, but Kat Kafé does not necessarily affiliate itself with any kind of opinion unless explicitly stated. And I'm sorry to say that this opinion is not something that we affiliate with. But anyway, I think entertainment, though, it's an interesting field because entertainment has changed so radically in the last 20 years. Like, we went from stop motion puppets to actual legit CGI movies. That's insane. Like, it's changed so much.
I think the puppets still look better.
Really? How so?
Well, I mean, the CGI looks good in its own right, but if you were to ask which one looks more realistic, I mean, just look at the new Dark Crystal thing
Dark Crystal, how so?
on Netflix. I think it's on Netflix.
Look
Yeah,
up.
it's on Netflix.
You said Dark Crystal?
I think it's called Dark Crystal Rebellion.
Let me just see. Dark Crystal Rebellion.
I mean, you can
Age
see
of
the-
Resistance.
I'm sorry.
Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. Resistance.
Crystal Age of Resistance. Oh. Oh no, yeah. I see. I see what you mean. Like
I
definitely.
think those could actually be real creatures. Just looking at some of the screenshots.
Yes, but they do kind of still look CGI. There's definitely some change done to them. I'm not
Pretty
too
sure they're
familiar.
still puppets.
Yeah, I mean, you mean that they look more realistic in terms of shading and lighting. Yes, I do agree with you on that. But some screenshots like this one, this looks CGI. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, I think I know what you're going for, and yes, I do agree with you. What I would say though is, hold on, let me see. I'm just put this up real quick, just in case.
I feel like with CGI, everything is more of the same quality, but with puppets, sometimes it's a bit like it's a lot easier to pick out like the difference between qualities.
Yeah, I know they definitely have a look to them.
But yeah,
Mostly puppets, though. I'm reading this right here. It says that it is mostly puppets.
No, yeah, it's definitely
They're very
uh,
small CG enhancements in terms of like size,
Yeah.
or maybe an enhancement on the way it looks, but it's mostly puppets.
yeah. One thing though that I definitely agree on is definitely the use more of prosthetics. These might get a little gross, but if you notice, this looks way more realistic than CGI. Like obviously, I mean I'm definitely a fan of that. That kind of stuff. Yes, I definitely agree with.
Freaking goblin.
Yeah,
Wait,
no.
no, it looks like a goblin married a conehead.
Yeah, but this kind of stuff I'm definitely down for because this kind of stuff
yeah.
is way more realistic than CGI on it. Like, don't get me wrong, CGI has improved to the point. Oh, actually, talk about that. See, like CGI has improved to the point where this looks good. Like, Alita looks good.
I mean, there's certainly been some enhancement, plenty of improvement.
but
and
it still looks fake. Let's be
things
honest.
look realistic.
Yeah,
But
but
I'm
Alita.
sure if you put
Yeah,
a
Alita
real
does not look
person
like this.
next to the CG, it would still look. I mean, they would still say the real person looks more realistic than the CGI.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like,
Yeah.
this looks way better. So, and the thing is, though, it's probably cheaper too, because a lot of the look at Penguin. So a lot of these people like they don't look like prosthetics. A lot of the time, you look at the movie, maybe you probably see this person for what 1 or 2 frames, like this kind of stuff. This is both cheaper and it is way more efficient sometimes. So I would definitely
Plus, you
say,
need to like. I mean, there are some helpful things like if you use CGI to like animate a crowd in the background. That way, you don't need to hire a ton of backup actors.
yeah, it's more like technical CGI, not too much artistic.
Yeah.
But, like if you needed a giant crowd in the background,
Mm-hmm.
instead of hiring a ton of actors like you used to you would have in the past. Now you can just animate it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
in green
saying.
screen.
That's what I'm saying. There's both uses, but definitely cinema has improved in a way where I think it's amazing how we still have so many options nowadays compared to before. Like anyone can do this now. There's so many different makeup artists just on YouTube and stuff, just doing their own thing, showing tutorials for people to actually become independent filmmakers. Like nowadays, filmmakers can make movies that 10 years ago were thought to be impossible for the indie filmmaker other than movie companies. The accessibility has definitely improved on these last few years.
I mean, talking about the CGI part, there
Just
is a
oh
yeah.
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 No, I'm sorry, I just didn't hear you too well.
Oh, okay. So talking about the CGI part, there's a series. It's not really a series, but it's on Netflix. And then like the second episode of it, like the first 5 minutes, I didn't realize it was CGI, but then I started to realize it was CGI because of like the lightning and stuff.
Yes. Yes.
But that's really, really well made.
Yeah, it's definitely lighting is one of the hardest things. Being an animation student, it's one of the hardest things to get right. It's just incredibly hard to get your lighting right because lighting is so unpredictable in the real world. Trying to get it to work. Oops, what is going on there? Trying to get lighting to work in the real world with your CGI elements, it is incredibly difficult because 3D space, your computer cannot handle as many lights as there are in the real world. Because in the real world, you can literally have knock my water ball. We literally have so many lights that just work similarly, and there's so many different effects that all these kind of lights can have on you, and not just the lights, just like the way light reacts with the world. It's so process heavy what happens that a simple computer, like, I'm lucky to have this 3D render of the Kat Cafe because this kind of technology is so complicated and just so math heavy that even top-end computers have problems with it. It's interesting. Also,
Yeah.
How do you guys think computing is gonna change this next decade?
Instantaneous computing.
Sorry?
What?
Yeah. You get a
That is like
capsule throw it in the
instantaneous
ground.
computing.
Really? You think so?
I think it could happen.
What do you mean
I mean,
though?
it could, yeah.
I think it could I think it could get to the point where it's almost no load times for anything.
Do you really? Okay, but here's the thing though. It is a possibility, but the problem with that is that while computing power gets better, so do files get bigger. Cause nowadays people work with files that are up to like some files that I work with are like 10, 15 gigabytes themselves all alone, and that's not counting all the other files I have. 15 gigabytes is quite a bit. Back in the day, back in 2008, the most an iPod could probably handle was 8 gigabytes. I work with files that are 15 gigabytes. That's a lot of information. So that's the dilemma. Yes, computing power can get better, but so will files and projects get heavier, if that makes any sense.
I feel like computing power will only like increase as the demand of it increasing. Like, you know what I mean?
How so?
Like, if there's a demand for there to be more, like that we need more space and that we need things to load quicker because it's starting to get slow because of how big the project files are or whatever. I feel like computing power would also increase then because of the high demand.
That's a good point too, which is interesting because some CG animated movies can take up to 6 months to render. I believe even more than that. And I'm talking about Pixar quality kind of movies. So that's actually a good point to what you're saying, which is interesting because I haven't seen much demand for that in at least the movie industry. I'm not sure about the medical industry or the architectural industry, but that's actually a good point.
I think, like, still, there are some problems that people like Pixar found when making some of their movies, but they eventually worked around it. Like Hank the Octopus in Finding Dory. Did you know they didn't animate all of his tentacles in one go?
Oh, really?
Sometimes they cut a few off that weren't on screen. That way they could actually animate the movie when he was in it.
Wow, that's actually pretty cool. So wait, they had to animate every? Oh my god, every single tentacle.
They were going to animate every single tentacle, but they didn't because it just was too much of a strain. So
yeah.
On the people and the computer. So they basically removed the tentacles that you didn't need to see.
So like whenever a tentacle would like
back on.
go behind him, they would just cut it off to save space.
But they might have kept it in case it needed to come back sooner or later, but I don't think I don't know. I only know that they really just kind of removed the ones they didn't need and kept the ones they did need.
Interesting.
In that specific scene.
Yeah, but that's fascinating.
Which, the scenes where he was in full body, that was probably a nightmare.
Yeah.
because then they didn't have any other choice but to animate every single tentacle that was on screen.
Yeah, that's the problem with that. It's sad, but that's probably one of the big reasons why it just took so long. And nowadays, you look at the renders that some of these game companies like Nintendo and Pixar have, and you can literally see the hairs on their skin. It's insane the level of detail we're getting into.
Yeah, that was insane. Like they actually put detail, like an insane amount of detail into Bob's shirt from Incredibles 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, do you have any idea? Oh my god, that would take you so long to get perfect. But the sad part about all of that is, well, artists are making amazingly looking movies. Like, these movies look insanely amazing, but
Okay, yeah,
not a
I
lot.
actually have it right here.
Yeah.
I have a picture of what I was talking about right here.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Perfect. So my point being is that, yes, this is amazing in every way, shape, and form. It is incredibly amazing. But the problem with this, there we go. The problem with this is that not everyone is gonna notice this. When you went to see this movie, did you notice this?
No.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
not really.
That's what I'm saying. That's the sad part.
That's
about
But
it.
like, I even
Man.
I'm actually gonna try to grab a comparison picture between the first Mr. Incredible from the first movie, like the first model,
Mhm.
and then grab a different one from the new movie and see if we can't find all the differences.
Yeah, no, I see. Oh gosh. Okay.
Like,
So
Between the
Oh, whoops. Went to the wrong one.
I'm sorry.
There you
and,
go.
like, in terms of just the way the character himself looks.
So okay. To be fair though, this is like what, 2004, 2005? No, early in that.
Let me know
2002?
when we're done analyzing this one.
Oh.
I'll look it up. You know what? I have a better idea.
So okay. So
Hey Google, movies come out.
oh gosh. Is it working?
Have you guys watched
2004.
Toy Story?
I'm sorry?
The first movie was on 2004.
2004, okay. Sorry, what were you saying, Michael?
Okay, so have you guys watched like Toy Story 4 or the trailer?
The storyboard
I've seen the
for-
trailers, and yeah, they definitely had a jump in quality.
From
like,
what?
There is a scene in the movie which the toys are like still on a shelf or something, and
Oh.
you can see the particles of dust. Like they made like every single particle of dust different from each other.
Oh my god, did they really?
Yeah, they did that.
That's insane. Okay, but the problem with that is, my point being is, this is 2004, right? This is 2017, was it? 2018, I think. It's
Yeah.
amazing, and I love that they're doing this. This looks way more realistic than this. But
Yeah.
if I were to if you knew nothing about Incredibles and I showed you this screenshot and this screenshot, would you say that there's a jump in quality? Okay, ignoring this part, I mean. Like, if I say we show you like this.
Well, I actually have a different picture of Mr. Incredible that kind of looks in a similar pose even, so we can just kind of look at it from there.
That's from the second movie? This is from the second movie?
The one where he's in the blue suit with the mask, that's from the first movie. The one in the red suit is from the second movie.
See, that's what I mean. Okay, yeah, it looks good, it looks fine, but my point being, who's going to notice this? It's
Yeah, you had to zoom in so far to actually see all those details anyway.
yeah, it's amazing, and I do respect what they're
Actually,
doing.
notice looking at the picture right here.
I was
Taken,
just
I can actually see all the little details on his suit, like what material's made out of. It actually looks more rubber in that one.
yeah, I know, right? Like I'm looking at the suit, and you can see like
To
all
be fair, I could see that on the old suit too in the first movie.
Could
Like, I
you?
can tell that's cloth.
Yeah, but that's a bit rougher, and there's not as good normal mapping. Well, normal mapping. For those of you who don't know, normal mapping is when you take something very simple and make it look very complex. That's basically what it is. But basically, yeah, I just think as the strain on animators has increased due to this, I can tell, and I'm not sure how much that's increased. I need to look more into that. But I'm just saying though,
That reminds me of
please.
this one line from Hater from Wonder Beyonder, where he just says, animation is so hard! People who do this deserve more credit and respect!
Yeah, no, legit. That's how you feel, because animation is such a layered and such a complex thing that I feel so bad for people who don't get credit, because there are so many other people involved in the movie. Because when you think about The Incredibles, you think of Pixar. You don't think about John animator guy that was sitting up till 5 a.m. What?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, I hope that improves in 2020. I think credit to artists in general, music artists, heck, even architects should deserve more credit for what they do, because there was sadly a lot of stuff that went awry for artists this decade, but I'm sure it'll improve. So, anyway, one last question for all you guys. What is your goodbye to 2019?
What do you mean by your goodbye to 2019?
I think he's asking either what we'll say to the year as it passes, or
Both
So like,
to
is that like a
what we-
New Year's resolution type thing, or like?
No, just like to the decade and to the
I never
year.
have a resolution.
I mean, I don't follow my resolutions, but
Yeah.
to
No one does.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. But that's one resolution I do have is I want to give all you guys better content. I want to give you guys not just content, but I want to give everyone watching and everyone in the podcast. I want to give all you guys a nice space to be in. I want you guys to feel at home here, and if I can do that, my job is done. So, one last question before the podcast closes. I'm sorry to everyone who's joining, and actually, people who just joined too. I want to ask you this too. What is your goodbye to not just 2019, but this entire decade? What if it were a person standing in front of you right now, looking you, saying goodbye because you're going with 2020 now? What would you say to it?
I would say, see, you won't want to be you because you're related to 2018.
Interesting.
I don't know, bro. I'd probably just say goodbye, my mans.
Goodbye, my mans. All right, I see.
Yeah.
I'd say this. That's it. Actually, I should just say that to the entire 2010s family. See, you wouldn't want to be you.
I would
I
say,
see.
like,
Honestly, yeah.
Sorry?
2001
like-
rocked because that's when Moi was born
I
onto
would
the
say, like-
earth.
True.
I would say like the next decade because it's true, you know.
Yeah.
No, wouldn't that be next? Not millennium, but the one after that.
Eon.
Yeah, because in 1,000 years, then it'll. No, it won't. Oh, wait, okay, look. I'm just gonna be quiet.
You're fine. You're fine. I guess if there was anything I would have to say to this decade is thank you for what you've shown me, both good and bad. Because this decade, the end of the decade, really did push me to everything that is happening. This right now, this right here, is not only thanks to the decade, but it's also thanks to everyone that was in that decade. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm not. Well, hold up, I gotta close it. Anyway, what I was trying to say is, I need to thank a lot of people for where I am right now, because I truly have a lot of people to thank, and I'm sure I've thanked them over 1,000 times. But many people drove me to this in a good way, and thanks to this decade, we're here now. So, as a last episode of Kat Kafé for 2019, as last episode of Kat Kafé for the 2010s, I want to thank you, everyone here who watched, everyone here on Twitch, everyone here on YouTube, everyone in the podcast. I want to thank you all for joining me, and thanks to all my viewers for watching. If you have any suggestions for the next topic, please leave in the comments below. Other than that, I want to wish you all a happy new decade, a happy new year, and a happy rest of your life. May you always try to improve, not just for others or for yourself, but to find joy in your life and find purpose and meaning. I wish
Isn't that
all
technically
you.
for yourself.
Sorry?
Changing so you can find happiness and new meaning still for yourself.
Well, yes, I mean it both for yourself and for others. Like, don't be selfless, obviously, but try to fill your, try to what's the word? I keep
Yeah.
forgetting. Just try to find joy for not just yourself, but for others too, for both of you guys. For like everyone, really. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just rambling. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining this amazing episode of Kat Cafe. I'm so happy to be back, and I will see all you guys in 2020. Goodbye.
Before we close off, I actually want to say one more thing.
Sure thing.
One thing I wish would change by the next decade is I wish everyone would stop treating like a year passing or a decade passing as such like a grim thing that's happening. Like everyone I've seen on YouTube acts like the year is passing and so is a decade.
No, I don't look
So
at it.
what? The world's not ending, is it? Stop
Well,
looking so grim.
no, we're not looking at grim. We're emotional. It's an emotional
Acts
time.
like they're grim. Like Jacksepticeye's going like through all the old video games he played, and I'm like, okay, is this like your last testament before the world ends? Oh, wait,
No,
the world's not
it's-
ending. Then why are you doing this in such a sad manner?
No. It's an emotional.
It's more
time.
like it's an emotional time. It's more like a flood of old memories type of thing.
Yes, it's
Yeah, I
Just
get
to go
nostalgia.
that,
over everything that
but
happened over the decades.
I don't know. Everyone just seems like really sad that the decade's ending, and it's just like, stop acting so sad.
We're not sad. We're just happy to see a new start. So, other than that, thank you guys so much, and have a good night. Goodbye.